Rescues are underway across portions of Oklahoma and Texas, where we can see in this video right here from Elk City, Oklahoma, we are seeing high water levels. In fact, much of the western side of Oklahoma is underneath a flash flood warning, and Elk City itself is underneath a flash flood emergency. So folks in those areas, especially in Elk City, you need to seek higher ground as soon as possible.
That's right. This flash flood emergency was issued because this area has received 4 to 6 inches already, and on top of that, we're forecasting another several inches. So you can see through this video, very dangerous conditions. You should not be out on the roadways unless you're fleeing where you're from, if there is any evacuation policy going on. Again, seek higher grounds if possible. But just not only Oklahoma is receiving these flooding conditions, as well as in Texas. So we have our very own John Van Pelt, who is actually in Wichita Falls. He's been pushing through the area throughout the panhandle of Texas, earlier in Amarillo, now heading into Wichita Falls. So again, record-breaking conditions we're experiencing there and expecting as we head into Monday. So what kind of conditions are you viewing right now, John?
Well, it's amazing to see those pictures out of Elk City, because we were just there last week with a little bit of water in the streets. We came on to Amarillo last night. This morning we left Amarillo, and there was already major street flooding there from the heavy rains that came early in the morning. And then we got here to Wichita Falls, where the Wichita River, is way out of its banks. We've been talking to people all morning about that. People here longer than a quarter century. Some of them have grown up here, and they said they've never seen it this bad ever. They said 2007 was bad, but this is worse, and they know that there's still more rain coming before Tuesday. And like you said earlier, it could go from major to record-breaking flooding here in Wichita Falls in just a couple of days.
Well, John, simply impressive the amount of rainfall that area has seen for the past few days, if not the past few weeks. And the folks that you were speaking to, did they already say they have plans to evacuate their homes, or they have already evacuated and they're just checking on their locations? What have they been telling you?
Yeah, some of the folks we talked to, Addison, were okay. They live in high ground, so they're not worried about it. But if you are in the floodplain, one that we talked to, Helena Wise, actually said that her home is in the floodplain. The water is getting around it. She was going to go home, pick some things up, and then leave, because she didn't want to wait until the water got any higher. She's actually very worried about it, as are the people who live on the river. But luckily, they know they've been told to get out. Most of the people we talked to are going to do that. And what could add insult to injury today, not just rain, but severe thunderstorms, possibly even tornadoes in this part of the country. People are kind of on edge.
All right, well, not the best weekend for those folks in Texas and Oklahoma. Thank you so much, John Van Pelt, for keeping us updated, and we'll keep you folks updated throughout the rest of the evening on these flooding conditions. So a lot of flash flood watches in effect right now, Addison.
Yes, definitely. So you can see how widespread it is, Erica, from all the way across eastern Colorado, where most recently just got extended just past the banner in towards southeastern Wyoming. Flash flood watches are in effect over there. Kansas City, Missouri, down I-44, I-35. Several major roadways are going to look like several major waterways as we go through this holiday weekend, due to the chance for seeing nearly 5 inches of rain. Some places could see over half a foot of rainfall. So swollen creeks, like John was mentioning, as well as flooded roadways, will be a big issue. Folks, if you are surrounded by standing water, that is definitely the time to seek higher ground, especially if you have the chance to get out. If you don't, then you need to sit there and wait for emergency responders to come and get you. We don't need you trying to be brave and going out in those waterways, because you can end up getting stranded yourself. And a lot of rain has been pushing out across portions of Kansas in towards Oklahoma. More thunderstorms are coming in out of the southern plains, out from Texas and over towards Oklahoma. We see this big broad circulation right here. That's an upper area of low pressure, helping to steer several areas of low pressure at the surface, utilizing that warm moisture up ahead of it and getting those thunderstorms to fire off. And they are slowly moving across portions of Kansas, Oklahoma, coming in over the same areas that have been hit hard day after day, week after week, throughout this entire month of May. And we do not need any more rainfall, but unfortunately, folks, we are getting it. And I know it is the holiday weekend. Perhaps you want to be able to enjoy the unofficial start of summer. Some areas are just underwater due to all of that excess rainfall, and so there won't really be much celebrations going on. Looking at your forecast ahead, you can see those thunderstorms popping on up across the region. And as we head into Memorial Day itself, Erica, portions of Texas once again at risk for seeing the severe thunderstorms come through and the heavy rains.
I know something that a lot of folks do not want to hear as we head to the south and the central plains, but we'll definitely keep you folks updated throughout your entire Memorial Day weekend with further coverage. And you can tune in also on weathernationtv.com.